If you watch the drama and you just cannot wait to talk about the hypocrisy that was going on in the movie, then welcome to the channel. Same here. If there is anything that I enjoy more than watching Robert Pattinson in Twilight, is people being hypocrites in a situation where I just want to strangle them. Okay? And here in the drama, we have a pool of hypocrites who are just ready to show themselves as the morally superior people. Exhibit number one is Rachel. Now, let me list out the things that we found about Rachel throughout the movie. First thing, she's a very judgmental person. Even in the initial scenes of when Emma and Rachel were talking, we could already feel the judgment coming from Rachel about Charlie being the first love or first crush of Emma, and she basically tells that Emma looks ugly when crying. That is not how you talk to your friends, even when you want to be honest. And the second thing, she actually locked up a kid who might be autistic, who might have any kind of mental disorder, into a closet because he inconvenienced her. People would not have found him the next day. I am not really sure that she was going to tell anybody about this kid, and for sure is going to left him to die. And the third thing, she gives really good excuses for the people in her friend circle when they do things that are not really good. For example, Charlie actually cyber bullied a kid into moving from that place, and all Emma talks about is how he was a kid, he's just a 14-year-old, his frontal lobe did not really develop yet, and all of these excuses. She's really comfortable giving all of these excuses, even with her husband, who actually puts another person in harm to save himself. In that situation, she is really pretty comfortable talking about that. A very performative activist, in my opinion. I'm pretty sure that her cousin Sam is not the reason that she was really upset about Emma. In my personal opinion, she already does not like Emma at all, and then this just served as a perfect excuse to hate on Emma without actually digging into deeper on why she actually hates Emma. And this whole cousin scenario just gave her a proper reason to actually feel morally superior in judging and hating Emma. And fourth point, she only goes to talk to Emma and Charlie when she actually gets fired and places the blame on Emma. What do you mean she got you fired? You were not answering her calls, you are not answering her boss's calls. She is right in assuming that you do not want to do that particular job. She did not get you fired. You yourself was not really that good at that job if you're not really replying to emails, right? Fifth point, and the very big exhibit of why I think she does not really like Emma, in the wedding speech where she says, when Emma asked me about to be her bridesmaid, I thought, does she not have real friends? Excuse me, who says that in a wedding speech, and specifically with that so much bitterness? That just proves the point that she does not like Emma from the beginning itself. Here comes our next exhibit, hypocrite number two, our very own Charlie. Now, Charlie's character just screams of someone who wants to be perceived as morally superior and nice, and the situation with Emma is not letting him be that in front of others. Like, what happens if he forgives her, and how are other people going to look at him? They think of him. I think that was the thought that crossed my mind when I was watching Charlie spiraling, because he clearly loves her, but he also does not know how to let go of this thing that will make him morally inferior, even though he himself has done things when he was young that are really really bad, like bullying a kid so much that he had to move away. But you clear your conscience by thinking about, maybe his moving is really coincidence, it's not really because of my bullying. That is how he is. His friends also excuses his behavior, extends grace to him, saying like he is a kid and you did not do that much, right? So with these couple of friends that he does not really think into looking into himself and see that there are problems with him also, that he also changed from who he was as a child, and he does not extend the same grace to Emma on how she could have changed as a person from when she was 15 years old. To a certain extent, we can understand Charlie, right? It's human nature to assume, because we did not see the growth and healing of Emma in front of our eyes, at least Charlie, all of this is new information for him. The thoughts of does she still have these kind of violent thoughts in her mind does come to him, and that is pretty realistic. What is but as soulish behavior comes in when he does not want to confront what is festering up inside him, and just keeps on spiraling and just comes blasting at the end by cheating on Emma, and with that disastrous speech and with all of that fighting, he did not achieve anything. It's his very own naked. Even after all of these, Emma is the first one to forgive Charlie and talks about starting over. She is the one that is most empathetic, most kind, and most compassionate between all of these people who feel this false sense of morality, false sense of superiority. Yes, what Emma thought was quite fucked up. But at that age, we have to understand where she was coming from. She was being bullied. She was kind of depressed, and she just fell into this online community who are romanticizing gun violence, and she found comfort in that. But once she actually got real friends, got real relationships, she was the first one to identify what was going wrong with the way that she was thinking, and she was the first one to get out of it and actually heal from things that she's gone through. Honestly, I don't think Charlie actually deserves Emma, or any of the people that are in the movie actually deserves Emma, because she is the most real and authentic person, and all of these people are just so so I don't even know I have the words for it.